All right, Shalom. The Hebrew Israelites coming out another week to prophesy the downfall of America. But before we do anything, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. That belongs to the Apostle Nel's Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to Yahweh, Christian truth throughout the four winds. All right, today we're gonna go to the subject matter belief, hope, and faith, and just things that tie along those lines. Okay, because you have a lot of mouth play. People will say, I believe. People will say, I'll do this. But will you really? You know what I'm saying? Will you really say and do what you're saying you would really do? You know? Because the Lord is about showing and proving, bro. He about showing and proving. It's not about mouth and lip service with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? You might want to be more in a mind frame of just doing what you say you're going to do when the time comes, than to push it off right now. It's like, man, I'll do anything, bro. I'll do anything. Just let it settle in, and you have that mind frame to where if you get put in that position, because the Lord try to cash that check on your ass. Like they say, don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be really, really careful on what you speak, you know? But this is about belief, okay? Let me go to Deuteronomy 30, start at 1. I'm going to go to verse 3.
This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1. That's a lot. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee,
right,
and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy power have driven thee.
Okay, so all these things are going to come full circle, and you're seeing it now. You know what I'm saying? It's playing out. Okay, the curses and everything are playing out. Now we're calling to pass the things that that we're going through. The curses of Deuteronomy 28, everything is being brought full circle. Go ahead.
All right. This is verse 2. And shall return unto the Lord thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
So this is how we're supposed to be maneuvering. Our mannerism is supposed to be 100% sold out to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in what we believe. Okay? We believe that, and we know through the Spirit that we're the chosen people of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It was once said that we would go away into captivity, we'll go away on ships, and we will remember ourselves at the end of our captivity, the last captivity. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Verse 3, it say, and then the Lord thy power will return thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy God has scattered thee.
So, do you truly believe this? Okay? Because a lot of people, this is why they want to do away with the Old Testament. This is why they want to do away with, we don't follow those laws, statutes, and commandments anymore. But the thing is, a standard is set. Do you truly believe this? Okay, yeah, I got precept for it? No. If not, go to Baruch 2 and 29. Oh, sure.
You say 2 and 39?
29.
Okay. 30. This is Baruch 2 and 29. It says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them.
Now, a lot of people don't believe. Okay? If you will not hear my voice, we're going to be turned into a small number wherever we're scattered. Guess what? We're seeing it. We didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and he said the number was going to be turned to a very small number, and that's what's happening right now. Okay, read.
I was about to quote a scripture because you was like, do you really believe? It's a precept that say, I believe. He was like, I believe, therefore I spoke.
Right.
I was just paraphrasing scripture. Like he basically let it be known. You know, the things which like the curses and the things that are basically coming out, and the things that are past, and things that we go through.
Verse
30, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me because because it is a stiff-necked people.
Now, the Lord already knew. I knew y'all wouldn't believe, okay? Because through your mannerisms, you've shown this through the prior captivities. You've always shown me that you will not believe. You're gonna go off, and everything you do is going to be of your own belly, okay? Trying to follow the other nations, being hypocrites, being liars, being everything but that the things that you're supposed to be. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, this is John 6 and verse 64. It say, but there are some of you that believe not. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who shall betray him.
Right.
You see, by basically betraying, you doing it now. You know, not so much as only back in his time when he was walking the earth, but you're betraying the Lord now by like the brother was saying, following after the heathens and betraying and seeking for these other gods, man.
Right. Yeah.
All right, continuing on. It says, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
And that's that small remnant. It says the great multitude, in 29 says shall be turned into a small number. And that's the small remnant. You're looking at the small remnant. Now you're seeing a lot of people, celebrities and all that. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to see it, and then all this time with this COVID-19 stuff going on, all the time that we have on our hands, they're forced to see it. It's being pushed to the forefront. Okay, so by that happening, Jake can just sit back and be like, damn, let me see what's going on. And you stumble across these Israelites, but it's showing you the small number that will remember. This will be the elect. Now everybody in the end is going to get a glimpse, like Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
He brought all that out. That made like mass news media, like there was big news. You know what I'm saying? They tried to downplay it.
Yeah.
But imagine the people that saw that and dug into their research. Now you have more people watching and saying, okay, let's see what he's talking about. Okay, it was all done for a reason. All right? Go ahead. All right.
This is Jeremiah 44 and verse 28. You reading that? I'm not.
Now you go ahead.
All right, this is Jeremiah 44 and 28. Yet a small, Salaki, hold on. I'm gonna read 27 with it. It say, behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. And all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine until there be an end of them.
Right.
All right, so that's what they're going to basically receive on their end.
Right.
All right, because this is, America is also known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. All right. It say, yeah, and so like, not to go back too far, but right here it basically told you that what, by the sword, all right, people gonna be getting gunned down in the streets, all right, by famine. The Lord say what? He'll deliver your children up into the famine.
Right.
All right. It say, yet a small number, it say, verse 28, yet a small number that escaped the sword shall return out of the land of Egypt into the land of Judah. All right, so like basically that the elect, which is that small remnant that the brother's speaking about, that's the number that the Lord said that what he's gonna basically deal with.
Right.
All right. It say they're gonna return into to Judah, and all the remnant of Judah that are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall know whose words shall stand, mine or theirs.
Right.
So what?
Right.
The Lord basically, and the scriptures say that what? Everything the Lord purposed, everything that he said is going to stand and come to pass, but a man's word is void.
Right.
31.
Yeah.
It says, Baruch 2:31, it says, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
So now I'm going to give you the mind to know who you are, what your purpose is, and when I give it to you, see, the hearing is the understanding and waking up. Okay? Now, all these things are going to happen. That's the word. It's going to happen, okay? But do you truly believe? I'm taking this somewhere. Do you truly believe this? Okay? Because all these things are factual. You can prove we went into slavery on slave ships. We came over here. You can prove we were scattered throughout the four winds. All these things can be proven. But do you truly believe the principle and the message behind all of it, okay? Because it's more to just knowing that you're Israel, okay? Go ahead.
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
Okay, and think upon my name. Okay, twofold. The name is not just Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but we're dealing with everything that comes with him. That's why when people try to throw out the name Jesus, well, his name isn't Jesus, but that don't take. But when you put a name forth, a face goes with that name, mannerisms go with that name, customs go with that name. So when you're dealing with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, it's everything truth. Okay? Go ahead.
So like if I can add, because what he say, I put my word over my name.
Right.
It says, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Most High.
So we're going to remember our ways, and we're basically going to walk in that name, in that mannerism.
Yeah.
Okay, in truth. Okay, this is how we will be maneuvering now.
Yeah.
Okay, so by us maneuvering in those mannerisms and walking those ways, it's going to have a lot of men that basically, that's all they're going to tie themselves to. It's not going to be in deeds. Okay, you're going to have a lot of men. They're going to, I believe, I'm an Israelite, yada, yada, yada. And then when the true definition of believing comes, guess what happens? You fold like a lawn chair. Okay? Yeah. 3?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Going to that, just like another precept going into that remnant and them escaping. So it's Isaiah 10:20. It say, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, so that the southern and the northern tribes, all right, it say, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. So basically, like the precept that you read in Deuteronomy say he's going to gather us from the four winds and take us, because it's another precept, just paraphrasing, it say that the Lord is going to gather us from the land of the north. All right, it say, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So his word, right? All right. It say the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty. It say unto the mighty power.
Right.
So just like the brother's going into, you're going to hear the word and you're going to hear his truth, and it's going to say what? Here's the way, walking in it. So you're going to turn away from all of those things. And we know that what? The northern, they're giving it to idol worship heavy, man. All right, so we're seeing that what? It's going to play out here in America, man.
Right.
That was it on that. No, Salaki. It say, for though my people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. All right, return. When you return something, that means you're going back to something.
Right.
All right, going back to what? Your ways. When you no longer walk in a certain aspect of life.
What you can do is break the word down.
Yeah.
Read means again. And turn means you're gonna turn away and go back to what you once were formerly doing.
Yeah.
You know?
It say return. It say the consumption decreed shall overflow the righteousness. But that was it on that. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Luke, you got a precept? Luke 8:35 and Romans 12:2.
I mean,
I got it.
all right. You say you know what? Luke, Romans what?
12:2.
So Luke 8:35.
Oh, that's the necessity.
This is Luke 8:35. It says, then they went out to see what was done and came to Yahushua and found a man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahushua, clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid.
So, the thing was, you had someone that was highly possessed. Okay? Highly possessed. I think this was Lot. Was this Lot? Was it Lot?
That's what Legion. That's Legion.
That's
Legion.
that's the one that was by the graves.
Yeah.
That's the one that was by the graves, and they was walking by, and
Yeah, that's Legion.
yeah, okay, it's Legion. So that's the one that was by the graves, and people were scared.
Scared to go by.
They were scared to go by him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was possessed. Okay. Now it says, if we have the same mind frame of Yahushua, seeing he did something this great, okay, knowing he did something this great, shouldn't we be in that same mind frame of believing all things?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he said, greater things you shall do. Okay? So the thing is, are we truly believing and do we truly have hope in what we believe in? Okay? How would you feel if you seen somebody that was totally possessed, and if you walked up to them and let's say you was praying or whatever, and would you have faith that your prayer is going to do what Yahweh Shai did? Like, we're not Yahweh Shai, but that spirit resides in us. Okay? That spirit resides in us.
Yeah.
It says, whom the devils were departed.
Yeah.
Okay? Now let's just say spirits control everything. Let's say you have a demon on yourself. Let's say you have a devil on yourself. Are you strong enough to believe and trust in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai to get that that devil off you? Some people have demons of drinking.
Yeah.
Demons of
Sex.
sex, overly
Too much in it.
too much smoking, just anything. Like, it's a lot of things, and some of those demons are heavy. You know what I'm saying? So if you truly believe, it should be no way that things should overcome you like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you believe. Okay, so if your belief system in Yahweh Shem Yahshai is what it said, what you said is, or you believe it is, then a lot of the times you should really be in a mannerism of, I can overcome this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. I know he's going to get this off of me. Okay? But a lot of times, bro, you got to know how to gensu the flesh and the spirit. Okay? Because your flesh wants what it wants. All right?
Yeah.
But do you truly believe in the spirit that
You can fight it off.
you can fight it off?
Yeah.
Or you can pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshai and he fights it off for you.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the kind of mind frame you should have. Okay?
Like, speaking on that mind frame, the scriptures tell you in the book of Mark, it say whatever you go to the Lord and ask, if you pray and something is wrong and you go to the Most High about it, it say you have to believe first that you'll receive it,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta believe, bro.
Got that word belief, all right?
Uh-huh.
It says, there's a couple of definitions. It says, an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists.
Look, bro, an acceptance that a statement is true. Everything we're reading, we gotta accept that these things are true, bro.
Yeah.
We have to accept that these things are true. We can't just say we believe and then the Lord have Satan jam us up into a corner and then all of a sudden you throw the towel in.
You're not practicing what you
You're
preach.
not, exactly, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So do you truly believe what you say you believe in? Read the second part of that, Ark.
It says, I'm just starting over. An acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists.
That something exists. How many of us seen Yahweh Shai this lifetime? Physically? Nope. How many of us seen a real life angel knowingly? Nope. Okay? So basically everything you're doing in this truth goes through faith and belief. Everything is faith and belief. You wouldn't be keeping the laws if it wasn't a spirit on you to keep these laws. So you believe in a spirit. Okay? So if that be true, how is it that you allow certain things to knock you on a path of to where it's like it's unstable? You should never get into a mind frame to where you want to throw the towel in, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It should never be nothing to where you totally don't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You can go through all things in life, bro, but you're supposed to, if you're in this truth, in this walk, your belief and your faith is supposed to be key elements. It's supposed to be key elements, bro.
Yeah.
Okay?
I had something for you.
Go ahead,
Declaration. All right, belief. All right, so like how you was like faith and belief, they basically go hand in hand together.
Right.
All right, so I went to Hebrews 11:1 where it say faith is the substance of things not seen.
Right.
All right, and I click faith, and this is the definition of faith. It say conviction of truth of anything, belief. It say
Hold on, bro. You gotta break that down.
This will say too.
That's what it say too?
God.
Go to read the top again.
it say the conviction of the truth.
What convicts you?
Your mind.
But what is conviction? If you do something wrong,
Yeah, your conscience.
it's going to
guilt.
let you know
Yeah.
you're convicted. You feel a form of guilt.
Yeah.
Okay, read it again.
It's a conviction of the truth of anything.
So whatever's the truth, you proclaim to believe in it,
Yeah.
and you see when you got jammed in a corner, oh shit, I really don't believe like I thought I did. Now you're being convicted.
Because when you go to
You should
conviction,
never be a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh like that, to where it's a certain thing of you having a moment of where it's like hurt,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it should never enter your mind to where it's like, is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh really real? Or do I really believe what I say I believe in? It should never get there, okay?
because when I went to conviction, it basically said, let me get it real quick. Let me get it. It tell you, it say what you said. That word, you declare it.
Uh-huh.
You declare something. It say declaration.
Right.
It's a declaration means to
Declaration.
declare, make something known. And that's why when you read in Luke 1, it say what some set in order a declaration for the things that were surely believed among us.
And that's why when I first came, when open the video, I said something to the effects of, be careful what you say, because you'll be like, man, I believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, man, I die for this truth, man, I do this, I do that, and then he'll send something small your way and show, bro, you really not ready how you think you are.
Yeah, he's
So-
gonna call you bluff.
Exactly. Get yourself built up first before you put yourself in that type of water. Go ahead.
It say, relating to the Most High, it say, the conviction that the Most High exists and is the creator and
Wow.
ruler of all things,
Wow.
the provider and the bestower of eternal salvation through Mashiach. It say, a strong and welcome conviction of belief that Yahushua is the Messiah, through whom we obtain eternal salvation in the kingdom of the Most High. The religious belief of Christians, belief with the predominant idea of trust. It's or confidence. You want a confidence
Faith.
with faith.
With faith. So you basically become what you say you are. You become a fake. If you're
Yeah.
saying you believe everything, you do everything. I believe. I do this. I'm doing that. I believe. But what happens is when you're put in a jam, now your bluff is being called. Guess what happens? You fold.
Yeah.
Now you realize, now I wasn't so sure as I thought I was. Okay, I wasn't so sure as I thought I was. You know, but you got to stand fast and firm on what you believe, bro. You can't say you believe something and have faith in something and then just fall when the first sign of trouble comes.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got?
Oh, I got a precept. This is Sirach 4:28. Like the brother saying, when deep troubles come your way, all right, you basically got to keep going, man. All right, it says strive for the truth until death.
Right.
All right, so when these hard times come or whatever the thing come among that the Lord bring to you as a trial, all right, you got to keep going, whether it be life or death lay before you, man.
Right.
All right, it say, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right, and you got to believe that the Lord gonna fight for you, because in those moments, and you being in that time or wherever you at, whatever predicament you're in, you have to really believe and have that faith. So faith and believing, it basically means a lot and holds a lot in this walk and being a man, saying that you're bestowing and declaring you're a man of the Lord.
Then another thing is, a lot of the talking, even if you don't, the Lord knows your mind.
Yeah.
He knows your inner thoughts. If you so say believe and you really don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what all the trials and the tribulation and everything you go through, that's what that's for. It's to build you up, and it's to get you ready for those times where it says striving as unto death. You have to be sold out, bro. Read that Romans 12:2.
Yeah, I got it. Hey, I can read this real quick, verse 29. This verse 29, it say, be not haste to be quick. So be not haste in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss.
Right.
So don't be quick to say, well, I do this, I do that, I'm gonna die, or whatever
Slack
it is
and
that you
remiss.
say. And then you be slack and you remiss, like, man, oh, you done curled up, like,
Right.
I can't go. You know? And like the brother was saying, like, it's Gideon. I'm gonna find it, but Gideon, the Lord was telling him to do certain things, but he was like of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
He had to keep getting reassurance.
Yeah, he kept getting reassurance on it.
Mhm.
You say Romans 12.
Too, yeah.
All right, so this is Romans 12:2. It say, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So don't be conformed to the ways of the world. Don't see surety in things that benefits nothing by following the world, but it says transform. So when you transform from walking a walk of your everyday human, just believing in everyday things that you see, when you're transformed from that, stay transformed, okay? Stay in the mind frame of I'm selling out, okay? I'm selling out to what I believe in. I totally believe in, okay? Otherwise, it'll have strange doctrines creep in to what you believe and overtake you by just 2 or 3 things being off. Now you got chink in your armor. You think Satan don't see that? And he gonna run up in, boom, and now he got you compromising that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Or you don't need no name to speak to get into the kingdom. How can you repent if you don't have a name to call out to and repent to? Okay?
That was it? No, I ain't finished. It say, renewing of your mind that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
So how do you prove that? You have to totally, your mind has to totally be transformed. Not halfway. Okay?
And that's why the scriptures say what? Cast off the youthful lust, so that what? You can basically please him. All right? You can basically please the Most High, because you won't be able to please the Lord and do what you're supposed to be doing if you're still holding on to things. And like dealing with converting a soul, you know, how you expect to bring out this truth wholeheartedly and convert a soul and win someone over for the Lord, and you're not even really believing and having that faith that you do so, because when you speak to somebody, you're really casting off demons and devils, man.
Right.
So if you don't believe that you got the power to do these things, how you do it?
Right. You gotta believe first. Because if you see, like Yahweh Shah with Legion, if you see something like that, and that's why the disciples, it was certain ones they couldn't cast off. And what he say?
Oh, you have little faith.
Oh, ye of little faith. You know, because some of those things, bro, you're just not used to seeing. And that's the thing, bro. This is what's going to test and prove what everyone believes, if it's real or if it's bullshit.
Yeah.
When you start coming across things, because keep in mind, when Yahweh Shem Yahshua lets loose, it's going to be spirits.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be the death angel. It's going to be spirits on everything, and it's going to be massive killing, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But imagine how your mind, if you're not totally in line and tuned in with Yahweh Shem Yahshua, when you see brains laid out in the street, you look outside and you see 9-10 dudes running the train on one chick and they blow her brains out. You know what I'm saying? When you start seeing things like that, bro, your mind doesn't sit in a place of normalcy. It's nothing normal. So it brings like almost an instant panic. But you said you believe. But check this out. You panicking like this? Now imagine if the Lord have your head under a guillotine. Or if he have an AK to the head of your children. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's more to this walk than just talking, bro. You got to be put through the grinder. Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Indeed the truth?
Yeah. I'm gonna get Isaiah. What is Isaiah?
26 and 3.
What you want in 3 and 18?
Yeah.
Now this 1 John 3 and 18, it says, well, my little children.
Like shit.
It says, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Right. Let us not love in word. You saying that what? Well, I'm gonna do this for the Lord. I'm gonna do that. You know, you just speaking with your mouth, but let your actions back it up, man.
Right.
For because what? When you read in 1 John 4, like a precept to that, it basically tell you that what he that is not what it say not made perfect in love. You can get it off. I don't want to push it. Like not made perfect for.
Perfect love is
Yeah.
Kind. This 1 John 4:17 it says, "Herein our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as He is, so are we in this world. There's no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear."
So there's no fear in love. Like the brother's saying, if you're not tuned in and you're seeing all of these things, you'll freak out and be scared. Or if it's you up against the grinder, they got this AK to your daughter head and to all your kids and even you. You see that fear that'll come over you. See, you don't really believe it. You letting this overcome and overtake you, man. Because fear have torment.
Read that again, the last part.
It says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear."
So there's no fear in love. If you truly love Yahweh Shem Yahshua, just like you, he went to bat for us.
Yeah.
We should be returning the favor like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Death is a small price to pay for respect, bro.
Yeah.
That's a small price. If you truly love Yahweh Shem Yahshua and you respect this truth and it should be nothing for you to die for. Okay? All we have to do is look at the men of old. That's Stephen.
What's the
Stoned to death.
the one that was they mentioned him in Revelations, and he got put in what?
Antipas.
Yeah.
and the
Got
bronze
put
bull.
brazen bull burned alive.
Like that, if that ain't perfect love, then shit, I don't know what it is.
Bro, to be stuffed in a bowl full of smoke and is first of all, it's iron. So every body part that touches, it's like you bro,
move one way,
it's
you
nothing
get burned.
comfortable. Your hands,
You gotta be tuned in.
God.
you gotta be tuned in to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, bro, or otherwise, bro, I'm telling you, all these hanky panky ass Israelites, bro, your whole car gonna get pulled. Your car will be pulled, bro. Everybody's car will be pulled, and I'm telling you, if you're a half-ass, it's going to be pushed to the forefront. That's why it's a beautiful thing to go through tough moments and have times that makes you strong, bro. Because when you get into those moments, you always want to have something that you personally can say, I went through this over here and I made it out. The Lord got me out of that situation. Okay?
I forgot what I was going to say. Like it's like the Lord gonna pull your whole card. You know, the scriptures say the Lord, he basically that day gonna try you.
Right.
With that fire, he say whatever your hand hold, whatever you made of, whether you be precious stone, gold, hay, stubble, whatever you is, man, the Lord gonna try you and see if you really about what you're saying you're about, man.
Right.
So really and truly, that tough guy shit, that ain't gonna get you nowhere here. You know, saying that you just all out, just hard.
Look at that. That's inside shit, though. Bro, you can't make this up, bro.
Yeah.
You can't make this up. But what was that? Isaiah?
Yeah, 26:3.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 26:3. It say, "Thou will keep this." Y'all read the scripture. It say, "Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee."
Yeah, now it says, "Thou will keep thee in perfect peace." So when your mind is steadfast on the Lord, the thing that happens is He's going to basically fight for you.
Yeah.
He's gonna when you're going through a tough battle, guess what happens? He's carrying you through those deep waters. It's nothing you're doing.
Isaiah 43.
It's nothing you're doing. He's carrying you through those waters. Okay? So it says, because he trusteth in thee. When you totally trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and you trust in what you believe in, slide outside. You trust in his truth, it's nothing that's going to make you waver and knock you off of what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it, and things of that nature. Oh, you ain't got to worry about nobody. Hey, focus on Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Okay? That's the MO. Okay?
Y'all have one. This is Isaiah 43:2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee.
Right.
And through the rivers, they shall overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, hold on. It say, they shall not overflow thee, Salakia. All right, because all of these things all of these things that it's naming, it can overtake you.
Right.
All right, it can, and the main place that'll overtake you is your mind. That's why I told you that fear, because the fear is going to start in your mind,
Right.
in your heart, man. All right, and it's going to torment you and have you, backing out. All right.
But this the thing about that waters though, bro. What you have to understand is when you're dealing with that type of water,
Yeah.
he's telling you when you go past anything you can't
Make
walk
it through.
in.
Yeah.
I got the slack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you can't walk no more and the water is too deep to where it's like an abyss, I'm carrying you all the way through it.
I'm gonna take you out. All right. So it say, they shall not overflow thee when thou walkest through. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned.
Right.
Neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
Right. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
That's faith. That's belief.
You had one on.
Get Romans 14:5 if y'all don't.
I got one.
So,
This is Isaiah in the same book. This is 49 and verse 10. It say, hold on, let me see. Hold on. All right, so this is verse 10. It say, they shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them.
right.
For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them.
Right.
Like you saying, like what? When you're in that water. All right. It say, even the springs of water shall he guide them. You see, so what's that springs of water? Out of thy belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Right.
Through this truth and this word.
Right.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Right.
You see, that's what's gonna, and that's another thing. What faith coming by hearing. So by you and taking all of these things in the time that you have, all right, when you're brought into these jams, that is the way of what the Lord guiding you through it and bringing you through. He's going to take you through it because what you're meditating and pondering on the scriptures and the things which He promised and told
What are
you.
you doing, bro? Trying to fucking record on the stick. Yeah, bro, I'm watching him. He's trying to record on the stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me get Romans 14:5. Yeah.
All right, this is Romans 14:5. It says, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike.
Right.
Let every man be fully persuaded in his own
And that's
mind.
what you have to do. You got to be persuaded in your own mind, bro. Can't another man save you. You can get knowledge. You can get wisdom. All that comes from the Spirit, and all that comes from your elders. You know, but you have to still put your own work in. Okay? You can have all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on paper in front of you until you study that, until you go into the definition of words, until you do all these things. It's just paper on the table. It's just information that you're not indulging in.
Yeah.
Okay? Those kind of things brings forth belief and faith. When you read about Abraham and his sacrifice, you read about the Maccabees. When you read about all these men that went through trials, and those trials showed their faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that gives you faith. Okay? So now when you get into your own battles, these scriptures are what? They stabilize you. Okay? They stabilize you and they show you that you can make it also.
Yeah.
That's why when the brother read it, it says, basically, what was the word we went to?
What conviction?
Nuh-uh. It was
Belief.
Belief.
Yeah.
Belief. It was basically like it's something written down.
Yeah.
You read the scriptures, they're written down. Okay? And it tells you that these things will stabilize you.
I got you.
Okay? You go ahead.
All right, this is Ephesians. I'm gonna start this 5 and I'm gonna get straight to the point. 18. It says, "And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit." So when you're in those tough times, be filled with the Spirit.
Right.
All right. It says, "Speaking to yourself in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord."
Right.
All right. So those spiritual songs and things of that nature are gonna encourage you, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, those are all gonna keep you stable, man. You know, like the brothers were saying.
Right.
That was it.
Okay.
All right, this is Matthew 28 and verse 20. It say teaching them. All right, so this is the things that were taught unto us. All right, teaching them to observe all things. All right, so being tuned in, like brother said earlier. you gotta be tuned in, all right, with the Spirit and with the Most High, man. All right, say to observe all things whatsoever I commanded you. Because
Right.
what we were commanded to study, we were commanded to read, we were commanded to go out and declare.
Right.
All right, it say, and lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the world. Oh man, that's the point I wanted to hit, man. All right, we read this and it say what? The Lord's telling you that what? I'm with you even until the end of the world.
Right.
Do you really believe, like the brother saying, man? Do you really believe that the Lord is what, with you and is going to guide you and be with you to the ends of time? Because you got to understand that what? Everything that is brought before us is from the Heavenly Father, man.
And another thing, like that belief, bro, you can't be putting your trust and belief in another man, bro.
Yeah.
Because what if the Lord shake up that foundation, wherever you may be, and then you're tossed in a FEMA camp, and you're somewhere to where your faith is put on the fucking forefront and on the line now, and you don't have nobody next to you to say, "Come on, brother, it was a good fight, a good, you know what I'm saying? We fought together. Let's go out and be martyrs for y'all by Shah." What if you're on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be fully persuaded in your own mind. Okay.
And to touch on that, because what the scripture tell you also that what another man's work can't get you out of here.
Right.
All right, because what when you read in Proverbs, it tell you that what a slack hand, a slothful hand through much slackness of hand, the building decayeth, man. So when you're brought to that concentration camp or whatever is brought before you and you're alone, and you was too busy trusting in what somebody else was telling you and what somebody else had going on, man. All right, and you wasn't working with your own hands to keep making sure that what your house was founded upon that rock.
That's the thing, though. When you put it in that analogy, bro, what you have is if we're all master builders,
Yeah.
by Yahweh Shem Shah through that spirit, if you have 30 bricks to put up on your side and I got 30 bricks to put up on my side, you can't come away from doing your job and take my bricks and put the mortar on and pile it up. You gotta then if we do that and we get my side up, it's not gonna be balanced. This side gonna fuck around and fall down because your side ain't built up. Okay?
Just rough paraphrasing. Rough paraphrasing the scripture, like how you were saying the unequal, unbalanced. It's a scripture that say what the legs of a it say the words of wisdom until it say like basically like lame man is he's unbalanced because he can't stabilize himself because he only got one leg,
Right.
But it basically said, I can't really remember what it said, but it said like the wisdom of the Lord until like somebody's like I'm gonna find it. So like I'm gonna get it. I gotta find it. You can go to Oxalate.
Lamentations 3:20.
This is Lamentation 3:20. It says, "My soul hath been still in remembrance and is humbled in me."
Okay.
It says, "This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope.
Right.
It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not."
Okay.
It says, "They are new every morning, great is thy faithfulness. The Most High is my portion, say my soul, therefore will I hope in him."
So I will hope in him. That's my hope.
Yeah.
He controls everything. He has mercy on everything. He has chosen men, chosen vessels, all the spirit. He's the father of spirits. So everything that happens, he controls. Okay? So why would you hope in anything else? Why would you believe in anything else? Okay? It's no point. All right?
Okay.
Go ahead,
This 1 Corinthians 1 and verse 5. It say,
that's the thing. See, we just had a look like Issachar walk by talking about praise the Lord, shaven face, don't know shit.
No, you did pork.
It's full of them pork tacos. You know what I'm saying? All those things, I want to walk by and you can just, bro, it's a couple spirits that been out here today. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you don't even tie into those type of things, bro. You pay it no mind, okay? You'd have came up and engaged, probably would have answered questions, did what we did, how we're supposed to do it. But it's people like that, and it's, that's full of that wine of Babylon. They have no hope. They think they do, but they have no hope, bro. Those are the people that when we was reading and we was in where was we at?
in Deuteronomy.
In Baruch, it says, "And if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number amongst the nations." We're looking at the small number amongst the nations. They're amongst us, okay? That's why we are in the situation we're in, because of idiots like that. You know what I'm saying? But is it his fault? I mean, that's just the lot he was cast, you know? But you look at the northern tribes, and you'll see the things that happened over here, and how if they just done a little history, they'll understand, like, bro, none of this makes sense, you know? But Salaki, y'all go ahead, bro.
All right. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 5. Because you spoke about Yahushua doing the things which he done for us.
Right.
All right. So now we have the. It's like he passed the torch.
Right.
Like he passed the stick on to his men. All right. Because what he even told us that we were still going to be here,
Right.
and that he was going to come back and receive us and walk with me in a regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he also told he said in Revelation that ye shall prophesy again to many people and all these things. All right. Through him though. All right, so it say, for as the sufferings of Hamashiach abound in us, all right, it say, so our consolation also abounded by Hamashiach.
Right.
You see, so everything that we received, all right, was through what? Through his stripes.
That's right.
All right. That was it on that. Yeah.
I was in Limitations.
That was good.
That was it.
Oh, I got nothing.
Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 12 and 9, because the brother spoke about what the Lord controlling the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It say, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, all right, and not only speaking of what your biblical father, like your dad, but you know what the scripture say, what ye are of your father the devil.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're following of his lust, you shall do. So what? You're following as the words and the things of the society.
Right.
All right, making them your fathers.
Right.
All right, Santa stock, ye are my father.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it say, furthermore, we have had fathers in our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Reverence as going into what? Respect, a certain
Right.
respect. So we're supposed to have a certain respect towards the Lord, but they give more reverence to man of.
To the apostles and elders.
Yeah,
no,
you see?
no, that's it's a reverence to the men in the flesh, right?
Yeah, men in the flesh.
That's the apostles and the elders, you know. That's what we're supposed to be doing, you know. I mean, everybody has their portion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they give that same type of reverence and respect to somebody who's leading them far
Yeah,
off in
see?
churches, bro. Like, I mean, way off. Some of the things you see is like, bro, you just know it isn't right.
Peter Popoff ass.
You know what I'm saying? So you can baptize me and I can live my life. I repented this one time and you dunk me in some dirty ass water. Nah, I'm good for the rest of my life. But anyway.
It say, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Yes. All right. Y'all got anything else, Doc?
Nah, that was it.
All right. We hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem,
Kakadash.
Double honors to the Apostle Nelson Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to Yakim, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.